folks, hello. I'll be with you in just a second. Turning my Move controllers because they're charging and they flash red at the bottom, which is rather irritating. But got rid of that. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. It is I, the conqueror of Cause, or her orphan I should say. I suppose Cause is a she, they do call her Mother Cause. Gives birth to a kid. So female, although very often gender doesn't really make sense when talking about the Great Ones. She looks a little bit like a Bryatus here, I think. You know, if you remember Bryatus's face, the way it kind of opened up. Is that her eye? Yeah, she's got a load of big messy tentacles. Is that just a big eye? I think it is. Just a big massive eye. This weird marine-like body. So, I said to a very nice man on Twitter, Per. Ha 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 ha. Sorry, I was laughing because I just checked the tweets. He wants a bit of help with the Orphan of Cause, so we are going to give him some help. But he says he needs 5 minutes to farm some vials, and actually we could go and do that as well. We'll just spend, we've got 60,000 echoes. We used all of our vials on the Orphan, every single one, and killed him with the last one. So I think my vial buying record is pretty good. So we will buy some vials, we'll go back and we'll help our friend Per, and then we will do some side quests. Good evening Pback, good evening Bertie, hello AJ and Ken, nice to see you all. Yeah, the name Ken reminds me, let's just spend a lot. I just retweeted, it was a funny little joke about the Marvel Capcom 4 cover art. They made it like Marvel versus Capcom and Ken. Oops, that cane needs repairing. Alright. We'll just sell some stuff really quickly. But I think that redesign actually gets a lot of, you know, deserves a bit better. What should we sell? Let's sell a blue elixir and a couple of Molotovs, maybe. I never use pungent blood cocktail. Oh, numbing mist. Now, if we're going to do some PvP, I should equip the numbing mist, and I will try and remember to do that. Hello, no press. No worries, just post in the chat when you're ready to go, mate, and I'll go back. I think we may go back there anyway and have a little pop at, let's see if we can get, ooh, okay, just buying Maria's hunter garb. We are going to, you were there when the Orphan died. I was there when the Orphan died. It was a great night. We're going to, we've gathered 4 umbilical cords, as you can see. We're going to eat those because we need to do it at some point, and we could use the insight. Used to gain insight, and so they say, eyes on the inside, although no one remembers what that truly entails. 3rd umbilical cord precipitated the encounter with the pale moon, which beckoned the hunters and conceived the hunter's dream. The pale moon. Hello, green. There we are. The moon presence. So this umbilical cord was the one used by Lawrence when he beckoned the moon presence. There's a note that tells us that. it talks about the nameless moon presence beckoned by Lawrence and his associates, Pale Blood. So Lawrence and his associates probably means Lawrence and Gehrman. And this was the cord they used. The third umbilical cord precipitated the encounter with the Pale Moon, although paranoid, which beckoned the hunters and conceived the hunter's dream. So this was what they used. 3 insight from that. Why doesn't the orphan give you an umbilical cord? He has an umbilical cord sticking out of him, but he doesn't give you it because it's already taken. That was the crime. Bergenworth slaughtered the orphan to obtain its umbilical cord, which you find elsewhere. La la la. Let's just spend it all. Does the doll, because you need to have some insight before you can talk to the doll.
Gammon awaits you.
See?
Go on, good hunt.
She's still... let's just have a quick look at these other descriptions. Oh, we don't need to, really. We don't need to. We will eat them later. And I love kind of context-free video games. We'll eat those umbilical cords later. Of course, in some cultures, it's not the umbilical cord, but the placenta is still eaten. Very often cooked with onion, I believe. I read that somewhere. I don't know if it's true. If you reload, she will be a doll again. That makes sense. Yeah, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, at the start of the game, the doll is lifeless, and you cannot interact with her until you've gained some insight. My brain stopped functioning there. Yeah, you can still use her to level up. Okay. Maybe equip some sedatives. Ho ho ho. The perfect crime. Glug glug glug. Video with Jamie Oliver with a placenta recipe. Wow. Okay, so while we're waiting for our friend, we could have a pop at this, which is one of the toughest fights in the entire game. I think bolt paper is going to be effective against these guys. We'll try a bolt paper. This is, I'm not sure I'd like to eat a placenta myself, paranoid, if that's what you're referring to. Okay, so... and an umbilical cord would be horrible. I've cut the umbilical cords for both of my children. Very tough. You're wondering why I'm fighting locked off? Whoops. Oh no. It's because I'm an idiot. That's why I'm fighting locked off. Because I'm waiting for his friend to drop down, which happens when he's at around half health. It might be exactly half health. We'll have another pop at those while we wait for power. I don't think I'm... So my plan is probably obvious. You all saw me equipping the Shaman Bone Blade, which is quite an unusual item. I don't actually use it that often, mainly because it's, you know, I love combat. A blade of bone coated with gruesome spinal fluid. Ooh. When the victim is cut, the green spinal fluid numbs the senses, blah blah blah. basically, it's a one-use item. You stab an enemy with it and it turns on the other enemies. Presumably you could also use it to have NPCs attack an invader. Presumably. See me? Don't think so. Perfect. Down goes the sedative. Let's go. 140 vials, eh? Alright, we're gonna have another pop at these. Whoops. Didn't quite get that sedative down in time. We're gonna have one more pop at these shark guys per, and then I'll come and help you. Absolute noob alert. Don't worry about it, mate. We're all noobs in Bloodborne. Oh shit. Oh my god. Well. Okay, we're gonna go and help Per. I just died there because I wanted to go and help him. Because that's the kind of hunter I am. Didn't want to make him wait. Place your bets, folks. That hardly... Well, it was very appropriate, wasn't it? I hope somebody made a lot of money on the sharks. Okay, so let me just set the password, which is good boy, I believe. Per, would you look at this and tell me if the spelling, the cases are okay? So it's good boy with a capital G that I've set. Can you just tell me in the chat if that's okay? Particularly interested in the G. I couldn't remember if it was uppercase or lowercase. Okay, so we want. Oh, you had to put a second capital in there, didn't you? Cheeky. There we go, and hopefully that should work. Okay, so we're going to take some bolt paper. I may also use beast blood in this one because hopefully when he doesn't have all his focus on me, I can kick his ass. So we're ringing the bell. Let me just double check I've got that password correct. I'm sure I do. Yep. And I take it you're around this area as well, Per. Like, rather than... I think if you're at the top of the elevator, it might not work. I don't know. It might not. It's down there, actually. Have I been down there? Yeah, I have. There was an item. Well, alright, mate. We're gonna hang around. La 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 la. Matching password. Come on, FromSoft. I mean, I love FromSoft. They do make the greatest games, but I think I said when I reviewed Dark Souls on PC, like for Eurogamer way back in... No, just make sure you're using the beckoning bell, Per, not the small resonant bell. Hello, Blitz. Yeah, I said when I reviewed Dark Souls PC for Eurogamer, I just wish FromSoft would use some of the money from their deserved success to just go out and hire the best network engineers in the world, you know, just fucking throw money at them. Go to Valve, say, Valve, we want your best guys. Okay, beckoning bell is ringing. Per, do you want to just double check you've entered the password correctly as well? I hate the uppercase, lowercase thing. It can really screw you. La la la. What level are you as well, Per? I'm not sure level should make that much of a difference when we're using the bells. The networking gubbins is a shame. Dark Souls 3 wasn't too bad. No, Dark Souls 3 was great. Alright, awesome. Level 95 I am. Level 80, that should be fine. I'm not actually sure the formula Bloodborne uses to calculate level differences, but in Dark Souls it was, I believe, 10% up or down, plus 5, something like that. Hello Civilized. Glad you could join us. We're just trying to help our good friend Per here. We'll give it another few minutes. And if it's not going to work, it's not going to work, but hopefully it will. There was some good advice there, Per, just to make sure you're standing roughly where I am, because it is location based, summoning and invading, which makes sense when you think about it, because the MacGuffin, so to speak, the explanation for it is bells resonance. So you get that visual effect of it happening around your feet that you can see. It's obviously not quite as limited in radius as that is. More orphan never hurts. Yeah, I didn't like the soul memory idea either. Okay, Per. This doesn't look like it's working. I'm gonna give it another minute or so. Oh, I hope it does work though. I hope it does work. Oh well. One thing we could try, Per, seeing as I've promised these fine folks an orphan fight, we could just take the password off and try again. And then, you know, who knows, I might get you. All right. Well, FromSoft's network engineers have done it again, folks. They have done it again. Per, I'm gonna take the password off this, and I'm gonna just ring the bell. Oops, I didn't take it off. And silence. And then ring. Oh, that's very nice of you, Blitz. I had loads of animals when I was young, but I don't have any now. I sometimes wonder if I'm going to get my daughters a little dog or some cats when they're a bit older, because, you know, for me when I was growing up, I had like 3 cats, I had a dog, I had rabbits, I had fish, you know, and it was like, I liked it, you know, I loved especially my dog. My dog was called Hamlet. I had him from when I was like, I don't know, 6 or 7. So, you know, for most of the kind of boyhood I remember, it was me chumming with my dog. And he loved just curling up at my feet when I played video games, which was perfect for me. He was quite warm. He used to sleep in my bed, which used to drive my parents nuts. You know, I never understood because I was just a little boy. You know, kids don't understand that, you know, having a bed full of dog hair is a bit rotten. Used to drive my mum crazy because he loved sleeping in my bed and I loved having him in my bed. And she was always trying to keep him out. No chance. Should be easy, pair. I certainly, we're not really getting any co-op action here. No co-op action at all. I hope this thing isn't still trying to download Final Fantasy 15 in the background. I'm just gonna check that and pause the download. If it is, hopefully you can still hear me. Yeah, fuck off, Final Fantasy fucking... Yeah, it's halfway through downloading Final Fantasy 15, so I wonder if that's what's been fucking us up. I am kind of looking forward to Final Fantasy 15. As I was... Is Limmy finished with Bloodborne, Paranoid? Has he stopped playing? Because I did watch some of his streams and I really enjoyed them. Hello, Empozelit. Sometimes the area assets need to be reloaded. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, let's yeah, let's just head, I think. Maybe people are summoning here. This is where I tried to summon the first time, I think. Gotta feel a bit bad about killing them. You don't even get blood echoes. He completed it, beat Gehrman. Well, his summons beat him. Haha. I didn't even know you could summon for Gehrman. I mean, I'd never... He didn't enjoy it. Oh, that's a pity. That's a pity. It wouldn't feel right summoning for Gehrman. Oh yeah, look. The doll is lifeless once more, because we've got no insight. Okay, so we are going to... I know, Empozel, there's something about the amount of work that went into Final Fantasy 15. I've just got to play it because I used to be such a Final Fantasy fan, and I say used to be. I mean, I still love those games. I reviewed Final Fantasy 13 for Edge back in the day. I gave it 5 out of 10, and that was a very disappointing experience for me, you know, because I used to love those games. Yeah, and I was at some event right when I'd started. Yeah, the farming was a buzzkill for him, which makes sense. Yeah, that does make sense, whoever said that. Sorry, I didn't see the name before it scrolled up. Exactly, Civilized. I agree with that take on the Gehrman fight. Here he is, our old buddy.
There ain't no more survivors. There can't be. Yharnam's done for.
That was judgmental of me. Oh, the poor chapel dweller. He's the only guy I feel, Oh, I've no idea, Empozilla. I haven't, you know... Right, so we're gonna go and see Alfred. I haven't read any reviews of it, apart from the Kotaku review, which we were bringing over. So where are we going here? Where's Alfred? It's not this way, is it? Trying to remember. No, it's not this way. Whoa! It's a bit saucy, isn't it? Oh wow. I completely forgot that, you know, I'm in a low level area. I'm gonna absolutely nail everything. Where is the way back down to... Bergenworth, because that is where... towards the Forbidden Forest. You were right going into the graveyard. I've been playing Darkest Dungeon. Never played the finished release despite tore me away from Bloodborne. I know that Mumsnet thing fucking cracked me up. You should go and look it up in my feed, folks, about this greedy bastard. This woman complaining about it on Mumsnet. Mumsnet, for those of you who don't know, is this UK website which is often hilarious, where, you know, mums gather and chat on forums and do advice about mummy things. Whoops. Took my eye off him. Yeah, I did like Darkest Dungeon a lot. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's like a 2D roguelike dungeon explorer. Circular courtyard area and head left when facing the cathedral with the melee. Cheers, Civilized. Sorry, I'm not really paying attention to where I'm going because I'm chatting. The spoonful of masala, I know. I loved his reply when she wanted some of it as well. You know what a masala tastes like. So, down here. Oh, brain sucker. Didn't want to turn my back on him. Yeah, it's very cool anyway, and the thing about it that's super cool is that your party, there's a level of persistence to it. Oh, hello. Where is he? There he is. Basically, there's a level of persistence to it where you level them up over time and you build the town, but they can go mad in the dungeons from the shit they see, and it's a really cool feature. It's a really cool game. Like if you see it kind of going for a good price, I'd really recommend it. You know, I think I ended up playing it for like 60 hours or something, which...
Oh, good to see you safe. Now, let's think up
Yeah,
something
2D XCOM meets Lovecraft.
Just tell me what piques your interest.
Yeah, it's got a really cool combat system. Okay, so here we go. We're going to give him the summons to go to Canehurst.
Aha! Is that the sigil of Canehurst? I've heard tell of Canehurst nobles and their amusingly pompous invitations. Wonderful. I thank you profusely. I will depart immediately, but first, a token of my gratitude.
There we go, the Wheel Hunter badge. And a church bow.
I feel my master's hand at work.
You probably don't, mate, because I've just killed him.
Blood.
Praise
and let
the
us
good
cleanse
blood.
these tarnished streets.
I wonder if that means let us cleanse these tarnished streets is the executioner's motto. Because obviously you get that message that says let us cleanse these foul streets, which is kind of a...
It has been an honor, but I must say goodbye. Let us cleanse these tarnished streets, and may the good blood guide your way.
That sounds to me like it's, you know, like the motto of the executioners or something. Anyway, hello Walreaker, hello Purple Chimp. Civilized, I did see what you were saying about the wheel there. And I'm very badass, thanks. However, the wheel, I believe, is a strength weapon. I think it's a strength weapon in Blood Tinge. And unfortunately this build is skill in Arcane, so I couldn't have I couldn't have a less fitting hunter. I like the random events that pop up with your characters. You send them to the bar to drink off some stress and they get in fights and stuff, yep. Did From use Alfred to foreshadow Solaire turning out to be mad as well, since he's kind of, well, foreshadow wouldn't be the word, kind of after shadow. I don't know if he is a Solaire surrogate. I think he's definitely intended to fool you. Like, you're meant to think at the start that, you know, he's a nice dude. You know, because obviously he's got Solaire's voice and stuff. You know, and then he obviously turns out to be a mega prick. So I don't... Although it is a, you know, it is a good insight that both of them, you know, ultimately go mad. You don't know he's mad until you meet the Nameless King. This was actually one of my problems with... so we're going to go to Canehurst now and see what Alfred has done. The Church of Stantonio healing. Oh, I don't mind Stantonio. That's what my mates used to call me when I was a kid at school. Yeah, AJ, I wrote an article for Ars Technica 3 or 4 months ago, and I said that was basically one of the problems with, you know, this style of storytelling, is that when you do sequels that answer questions like Dark Souls 3, it's a big disappointment, you know, because I loved...
Look, I've done it. I've done it. I smashed and pounded and grounded this rotten siren into fleshy pink pulp. There, you filthy monstrosity. What good's your immortality now? Try stirring up trouble in this sorry state. All mangled and twisted, with every inside on the outside for all the world to see. Oh, you, is it? Look at this. Thanks to you, I've done it. Well, isn't it wonderful? Now Master can be canonized as a true martyr.
So,
I've done it. I have.
Pretty shocking moment in terms of Alfred's roar, which is quite interesting. It's kind of bestial gesture, isn't it? You know, he's been a kind of friendly guy throughout the game. There must be oodles for us to share. He tells you a lot of the background of the world, so you think he's a decent guy. And here we go, he's in his full executioner garb with his wheel. And that's what's left of the Queen. There's her head. Or is it just her mask? It's just her mask. He's pounded her to death. Yeah, I like how he pulls the big wheel out of nowhere. So there's the queenly flesh. Wearing his tinfoil hat, indeed.
I have.
Okay. So we're not going to kill him. We can fight him, or we can find him in one more place, which we are going to go and do. So what I picked up there is a lump of Annalise's flesh, which is very nice. Where's it gone? Oh, there's the Wheel Hunter badge we got from him. Marta Legarius led a band of executioners, and this badge was crafted at their dedicated workshop. The wheel symbolises righteous destiny. Their workshop was a secretive enclave of mystical beliefs and heady fanaticism, which we've obviously just had a little taste of, which served as the backbone of the executioner's unique brand of justice. Now that's a hell of a euphemism, isn't it? What remains of Annalise, Blood Queen of Canehurst? This pinkish lump of flesh remains warm, as if cursed. All hail the undying Queen of Blood. So, it's not all over for Annalise. Despite having a very unpleasant death, we can bring her back to life. I know you can go back and find him, but I can never leave him standing there after the way he treated my queen. Well, Ken, I respect that attitude. I've got to say that I do wish there was more to Annalise. I agree completely. So, Altar of Despair. Yes, I have left Alfred alive because if you let his questline finish naturally, you get a rune. I can't remember what rune it is, but I remember you got a rune. So here we are. This strange thing called the Altar of Despair. This is obviously the room where we fought Ebrietus in, which looks to me more like a hollowed out bit of dungeon really, that the cathedral's built on top of. You know, these look like kind of natural formations in a lot of places, obviously with masonry architecture piled up. And if you watch the Ebrietus stream, you'll have heard me talking about how I think all this stuff is just stuff that the church has brought back from ISZ, just to make her feel a bit at home, because that's where she comes from. So, we can now offer flesh to altar. Time flows in reverse for this scrap of flesh. Now, you see the way that the game, like, there was a little black screen for a moment there, as if there was once a cutscene there. I think there probably was a cutscene. The seems a lot like a big pit. I've gone in a circle around central Yharnam. How do I get out? You need to kill either... If you kill the Bloodstarved Beast in Old Yharnam, which is go left out of Uden Chapel and down, that'll open a door in Uden Chapel. That's how I progressed the first time. Bloodstarved Beast is an optional boss, but I think Old Yharnam and that boss are great. So, good luck. No pressure. Yeah, it is a little disappointing, Ken. But basically, we offered Annalise's flesh to this weird artifact, which comes from the Chalice dungeons. Obviously, Annalise is some sort of... She's very similar to Yharnam, basically. Right, so... What do I think the cutscene would have been? It's impossible to say because Canehurst... Actually, I don't even know why I'm going back to see her, because one of the other ways you can tell that something was cut here is that she doesn't acknowledge it, which is just bizarre. I mean, you're... We've just seen... I mean, she just got rinsed by this horrible guy. Presumably she would have a memory of it. Oh, maybe she doesn't know. Maybe she doesn't know. Time flows in reverse for this scrap of flesh. I mean, there's still a fuck ton of blood there, but I can't actually remember if...
Arrant fool, vile blood or no bend.
Bend the knee.
closest of kin, bearer of
Reeks
our
of
blood,
unfinished.
I welcome thee. What is thy wish?
How many have we got? Oh, we get insight from these, I think. Does she give you something if you give her 5? Let's try it.
Thy gift pleases us. Let this reward be thine. Indulge thyself in our tainted blood.
So I get a bit of her blood. I get the deep respect gesture.
We await thy return.
Her blood didn't seem to do anything.
Honor of Canehurst.
1 for a gesture. Oh. Well, you know, she's had a rough old time recently, so I don't mind giving her 5. Yeah, it seems pretty clear that Canehurst was intended to have a more central role. It does kind of have a central role as it is, certainly in terms of the lore. But there's a lot cut, and actually one of the descriptions of the umbilical cords, the one found in the abandoned workshop at launch, that claimed that item description said that the umbilical cord was from the child of the Vile Bloods. So in that case, you had the church had clearly taken the child of the Vile Bloods and used it for an experiment, which would explain the battle between the executioners and Canehurst. You know, they wanted this child to experiment on, but that was patched out on day 1. The description was changed, so until the last minute, Canehurst had a kind of central lore importance that it now doesn't have. Hello, Petty. So, I know we haven't had much action in the past 20 minutes or so. We've just been warping around, but I thought people might like to see, you know, some of the... we haven't done every quest. We fucked up Eileen and Henrik at the start because we couldn't kill Henrik. He just kept on rinsing us, and then he just disappeared at some point. We went back to get him. Well, because the translation Green Eggsnam was, you know, probably done. I'm imagining the translation was done. Why hasn't that old woman left yet? Oh, she has. Hold on, just wait a wee bit, my little dearie. So as she goes mad, she becomes convinced that you're her son or daughter of your female hunter, and she gives you sedatives to make you feel better, which happen to be quite useful. Then she disappears, leaves that note, and I thought you found her body around here. Maybe not. Okay. We're not going to Old Yarnham. I agree, the Covenant system, but you could say that about most Souls games. I think actually it's, you know, it's quite deliberate in the sense that they want a little bit of flavour to the PvP, but they don't really want to be, you know, dividing people into massive groups. I have. What you're asking, Walrico, that's happened to me quite a few times. And that's why I like to play as a Vile Blood or an Executioner, because... and the Hunter of Hunters, I suppose. Oh. Probably being a bit casual. We'll just use a Bold Hunter's Mark to go back. I do have a copy of the Bloodborne artworks, yes. Has anyone actually ended up as an invader when trying to go... Yeah, I was just speaking about that. So this is where we meet Alfred the very first time. This is obviously an old part of Yarnum, and it also seems to be relatively forgotten, I would say. I mean, if you look at it, it's overgrown, doesn't look very well tended, and Alfred is the only live executioner we ever see, apart from Ligerius. Obviously he's not alive now. He has killed himself because he has fulfilled his purpose. Yeah, the Hunter of Hunters come in sometimes as well, and if you're like a really bad hunter, even if you've beckoned them, they'll be your enemy. So I went around as a Hunter of Hunter for a while, because that was great. So there's Ligerius with his Ardeo, and here's his dead protege. Unfortunately for him, Annalise is alive, but he'll never know that. Radiance. The Radiance rune. Died with his Ardeo on, as we can see. So let's have a little look at this rune, and then we will go back. Carol rune that transcribes inhuman sounds. The rune for Radiance, adopted by the sworn executioners under Ligerius' command. As you can see, there's a big eye in the middle of it. The executioners despise the impure vile bloods, and no matter what the circumstances, would never cooperate with the bloodthirsty hunters who serve the undead queen, Annalise. So this tells you basically what the rune's going to do. If you're summoned in and you're wearing that, and there's a vile blood, you're going to get in a fight with that vile blood. So I think that's more or less it for the quests. Oh, the suspicious beggar actually is still alive. We could go and kill him. I was sure that her corpse was out there. Maybe we've already seen it and I just forgot. Maybe I ran past it at some point. I'm stuck at Nightmare Place. Never beaten this game. Do you mean Nightmare Frontier? That's optional. You don't need to do Nightmare Frontier. So she's just saying, you know, wibble wibble at this point. This guy stays remarkably sane, probably because he's a bit of a prick.
Your lies spin a web, but I see through your deceit.
Always reminds me of P-Back.
Learn from books? No. I learned it all with my own mind.
And Hitchcock movies. Okay. I've considered getting the Eye Runers to do, but a lot of Simmers. Ha! That's a good idea. Yeah, I considered getting a Hunter rune for a very little amount of time, but... Okay, so... let's just kill him. See, he's got pungent blood cocktails. Might suggest he's a bit of a secret addict, you know, a hypocrite. As for her, Odin Writhe, which she is a woman in the Temple of Odin, and Odin has got in her head. Odin has got in her head. Oh yeah, visceral attacks restore quicksilver bullets. Well, oh my friend.
I only wanted to be your friend.
I only did it on this playthrough so that I wouldn't have to do it again, my friend. Right. I think we've done... I'm sorry for killing the chapel dweller. It had to be done. There's something quite depressing about the endgame NPC cull. Tell me about it. It's the same in every Souls game, you know. I always used to... The one I always hated is in Dark Souls 1. Killing the giant in Anor Londo, you know. Friend. You know, because I liked that guy. He was one of the NPCs I was always genuinely, you know, happy to happy to see. So I always hated killing that guy. Didn't stop me, of course. Okay, so we're stacking metamorphosis, so let's change that. Don't really want max quicksilver bullets. Oh, this is quite an interesting description though, because Odin, the area where you fight Gascoigne is called Odin's Tomb, Tomb of Odin. Which suggests Odin's dead, but obviously he's not. And he is the formless Great One. And there are some amazing theories revolving around Odin and his importance for the story. Great One Odin, lacking form, exists only in voice and is symbolised by this rune. Exists only in voice. This is where all the Carol runes are coming from, because Carol can hear the sounds of the Great Ones and somehow transcribe them. Those who memorise it enjoyed a large supply of quicksilver bullets, which are made from mercury. So this suggests Odin and Mercury are very closely interlinked. Human or no, they're using blood as a medium of the highest grade and the essence of the formless Great One, Odin. So he's formless, probably because he's blood. He is the blood god. Both Odin and his inadvertent worshippers surreptitiously seek the precious blood. His inadvertent worshippers, obviously the hunters, the people of Yharnam, everyone in the game, you could say. But the interesting thing is, people think formless means he doesn't exist physically. But I don't think formless means that at all. Liquid is formless. You know, liquid takes on the form of whatever vessel you pour it into. So it seems a perfectly reasonable supposition that Odin is the kind of animating spirit of blood, or exists in blood, stuff like that. Best cutscene in the game too, when he shoots down Calamite. Oh, I wasn't actually talking about Goth. Oh, Wallreaker, I see you were talking about Goth. Yeah, Goth is fantastic though. What is bravery without a dash of recklessness? So, visceral attacks restore quicksilver bullets. Yeah, I mean, neither of these are the best versions, but we'll make do. So, let's get rid of that and get some vermin, because then we can give it to Volter. And where should we go for some PvP? Margot's Loft? Could try the kind of the Ludwig zone, maybe? Let's try Margot's Loft. And we will hopefully find some noobs. Hopefully, hopefully. Oh, I could have bought some hunting supplies. I actually kind of regret putting interesting as well that they're called Blood Echoes with Carol transcribing Odin's voice. Exactly, really good point by Pyrites there. You know, the name of Blood Echoes, a will persists in the blood, and if you look at descriptions such as air, the air sees sentimentality in the warmth of blood and acknowledges visceral attacks, blah blah blah. More blood echoes gained from visceral attacks. Perhaps the air is a hunter who bears the echoing will of those before him. Now, I know I can be a bit of a literary type at times, and that is very like an idea of D.H. Lawrence's. D.H. Lawrence believed that he believed essentially that, you know, you had your mind and you had your physical body, but there was a third element to being alive, which is blood and memories continuing in blood. And that is why the urge to reproduce is so strong, you know, because in some way our children carry on our will, allow us to keep surviving when obviously we can't. And that seems to me an incredibly powerful idea in Bloodborne. And you have to remember who is the core character in Bloodborne. It's not Willem, it's Lawrence. Lawrence is the one who kicks all of this shit off and makes it all so bad. So yeah, I suspect Miyazaki is a bit of a D.H. Lawrence fan. I'm a bit of a D.H. Lawrence fan, although not of the man himself. The man himself was not a nice man. Come on, boys. Oops. Whoops. Thank you, Wallreaker. Oh, Margot, the T.S. Eliot quote. Yeah. What is it? It's the end of Preludes. I'm moved by fancies that are curled around these images and cling the notion of some infinitely gentle, infinitely suffering thing. I don't necessarily think that's the inspiration for Margot. I think that's what he is, though. I think he is a kind of, you know, this poor child kind of exploited by everyone and just in kind of psychic misery. I think the wet nurse is probably, you know, not benevolent for him. Not getting any PvP here, which, I don't know, the last couple of streams where we've tried to PvP, this has been a pretty good area, I think. Did I take the password off? I'm sure I did. Yes, I did. Worldwide. Okay, well, let's get our loadout good. Beast blood, maybe. Oh, we were going to use numbing mist. Yeah, as I was saying before I went off on one about Lawrence. Yes, Per. Yes, Per. You're the man. No press there is a chap we were trying to help earlier, but we couldn't because, you know, that's FromSoft's network code for you. So I'm very glad you whipped his ass. Very glad indeed. Yeah, I was saying I kind of regret putting 25 into Arcane. I need to go up to 40 to use a Call Beyond. I think I might just do it, you know, because I haven't had an Arcane character, but it's just that I tend not to use these, you know. Probably as much as I should. Let's try the Executioner's Gloves. 3 Quicksilver bullets they take. Wow, 7 Quicksilver bullets for the Choir Bell. I mean, Tiny Tonitrus is going to give them a surprise, isn't it? Let's try this. I mean, yeah, let's take that in. Have you decided which ending you want to go for? Oh, we're gonna kill the moon presence, definitely. Arcane's really an all or nothing. It's so much fun once you get the full 50 going, I bet. I think especially now that we have our now that we have the runes giving us Quicksilver bullets back with viscerals, yeah, let's take the Tiny Tonitrus out, have some fun. Don't want to overload myself with items, but I'm sure we can afford one more. Old Hunter Bone, I always like it, but let's go with Executioner's Gloves. I've fought some Arcane Cauliflower people, and yeah, they are good fights. Okay, we're not getting any kind of action here. I'm gonna kill all the enemies. Well, not all of them, but most of them. Oh, that's a good. dear. Ball. Well, at least it's reset our invasion thing. I did kind of take him for granted. Maybe the net is playing up, I don't know. I mean, I had that Final Fantasy 15 download on earlier, but I've stopped that now. We'll speed run back, get the echoes, and if we don't get anything, we will go to the Hunter's Nightmare, I think. I thought that was going to be a very smooth sequence, but I missed the last hit. Meant to do that, yes, indeed, Bertie. Just wanted to reset our net code, you know? The dodge seems like there's a bungee cord attached to the navel. Oh, look at that! You see all his eyes? He's got our blood echoes. Yeah, I saw ENB had started a lore playthrough of this. I haven't watched any of it yet, but I love that guy. For those of you who don't know, ENB, Epic Name Bro, I'm sure you all know who he is, but some may not know that he worked on the official guide for this game. So I do wonder if when it comes to stuff like Canehurst, he might actually know and might spill the beans on one or two things, you know, in terms of wow. It did seem to me I got crushed there, but I'll take it. My spirit animal. Yeah, I love him too. He's got a lovely voice as well. I know it's probably a bit of a weird thing to say, but when you're watching someone kind of, you know, talk for oh, thank you, Pear. Yeah, when you're listening to someone talk about like Gwyn's genealogy for 25 minutes, it does help if you like their voice. Come on, boys. In a couple of days, he said he can't answer. Boo. Never mind. It must be a bit weird though, kind of. Must be a bit weird having to, you know, hide stuff you know when you're doing your own lore theories. Okay, so that's more or less the last shadow, and we don't seem to have found anyone, which is a pity. I wonder if anyone's looking for help. Let's walk back down to the lamp. Really, I'm just kind of curious to see if we can get any online action, because we haven't seen a single other hunter tonight, which is weird. They were interesting, no comments though. I can't remember the question, but one was very interesting in his silence. Ooh, ooh. I'll have to go and have a look at that. So he's just started it, has he? I did see something about it somewhere, but you know, I just saw the headline. I didn't, you know, like on Reddit. I haven't actually looked at them. Not so much of a fan of Vati's videos, I have to say. You know, I think that stuff about him ripping off people is a little bit exaggerated, but at the same time, I don't actually think he's that insightful himself. Like, he seems to just collect what other people say and collate it, and, you know, that's fine. You know, everyone does their own thing, but, you know, I really like people like Jerk Sam Frontier and Redgrave because they're original. You know, they come up with their own interpretations, and like Redgrave's interpretation is Redgrave's interpretation, you know, very clearly. One of the reasons the Pale Blood Hunt is great actually is he divides all the chapters into stuff that's known and stuff that's just his interpretation. The lore behind the lore videos, exactly. I mean, that batty stuff is the kind of thing that only the real nutters care about. We're going to keep going up on Arcane. I do want to be PvPing with a Call Beyond on this character. Why not? You know, it's a great laugh. And I'm sick of not having bullets, so I bought a load of them. We are going to go to an area that's traditionally been quite busy for me, which is Nightmare Church. I always used to PvP here because it was just very active. I don't know if it's very active now still, but we weren't getting anything at Mergo's Loft, so... What else have we got to do? We've got to... I'm thinking in terms of quest lines. We've got to go and kill the suspicious beggar actually. We could have gone and done that, but we're here now, so we'll give it a minute or two. Redgrave had a big breakdown because he suspected Vati plagiarised him. Oh, I see. Well, you know, Vati probably did. You know, like I wrote a lore thing for Eurogamer just after the Old Hunters came out. It was like a week or two after the Old Hunters came out. And sure enough, like a week later, Vati's done a video on the lore of the Old Hunters. And I swear it was just my article, you know, but I didn't care that much. Like, you know, I'd written my analysis, it was out there. So, fair enough. It did, you know, it was a little bit too close for comfort. But fuck it, you know, I mean, the internet's the Wild West, and he's certainly not, you know... Like, I think you can raise your eyebrow at that, but he's not evil. You know, he's not a bad guy. He does make a lot of money off of his videos. He has a massive Patreon and, you know, I guess some people might resent him for that. Pyrites. I don't really know. Me and ENB get on fine. We've corresponded a few times about things, and he's always been a really great guy. With that said, you know, like our careers are in kind of different spheres, and he has his soul's audience, and they want to, you know, they want to see him. So I don't know if we'd necessarily do something like that. I suppose it would be quite fun, but you know, I'm a very busy man, and so is he. And you kind of have to prepare for that. Like, I wouldn't want to go in and say something stupid. Like, I've said some stupid things when I've been streaming. You know, like I said at one point that Rom must have happened after the Mensis ritual, which is just nonsense because Mikolash talks about Rom. So obviously he knows that. And I was thinking, oh, I said that. To be fair, it's not out of the realm of possibility to come to the same conclusions. Yeah, exactly, paranoid. And it's just one of those things where it's like, it is a bit annoying, but, you know, I'm not going to start a war over it. Man, those ones with the red eyes are always tough. Okay, is there anything... Huh. Ooh, I got a vermin from him. Well, that's good. If I kill a few hunters, then presumably... Oh, that's very nice to know, Wallreaker. Hey, who knows, Pyrites? Who knows? You know, it's just... we live in different countries, different time zones. You know, I'm a games journalist and, you know, EMB's more of a kind of YouTuber and consultant. I don't know if consultant's the right word, but... So, we obviously didn't come here earlier because that, as we now know, is from the fishing hamlet. At the time that happened, you obviously have no idea what it is. She also seems to be less transformed. Or maybe I'm imagining that. No, I'm imagining it. If you look at her back, she's all fucked up. But that tells us that the fishing hamlet is above. You know, as we go through the Hunter's Nightmare, we are going up. Which obviously doesn't make sense architecturally, but, you know, this is a nightmare. So that's the whirligig saw from our dead friend. La la la. Just clearing these guys, and then whoops. That was a bad dodge. Oh no! Oh wow, that guy coming up out of the ground there did freak me out. Blood vial and... oh no, only the red-eyed ones drop vermin, obviously. Okay. Doesn't look like we're getting the invasions we want. Oh, paranoid. Yeah? Dead amygdala is a good shout. Well, I'll tell you what we haven't done. We haven't gone and killed Jura's apprentice and the blood-starved beast that live in a little cave. What's in that cave? Is there a good item I want? Well, I'm so sorry the PvP isn't working, folks. We'll maybe give one more region a try. Maybe give the Nightmare Frontier a try. Hello, Spaces Noise. We've tuned in at just the right moment, when PvP will finally start to work. Did I get the Midnight Sword from him? Am I getting tons of confidence, Warwicker? Sorry, I only look... I don't see everything, but nice to hear. You don't need to compliment me, folks, it's fine. I fucking hate those people. Well, I don't hate it, but you know, that modern thing you get, like, oh, I'm feeling so low today, please tell me how great I am. Like, I just think, ugh. probably because I'm a cynical old bastard. Okay, we are going to go to the Nightmare Frontier. Nightmare Frontier. Actually, did we... I don't know if we actually explored Bergenworth, the lecture building. Let's try the Nightmare Frontier. Yeah, with regards to what Paranoid's saying there, I haven't, since I started this new job, I haven't really done any big articles. You know, I've been doing a lot of news articles and stuff, but I definitely will be getting back in the saddle soon. Cheers, Woodfella, that's what we like. Oh dear, maybe I didn't think this one through. It is the internet after all. Oh. So, any nibs? Any nibs in the Nightmare Frontier? Out to play? Yeah, I'm writing something about Animal Crossing and turnips at the moment, which I think will be quite good. I've basically done everything I need to do for it, and I made my notes, but I just haven't written it up yet. I think that'll be a lot of fun. I really want to write some longer stuff. What's up with that lantern right before the hunters here, by the way? The lantern right before the hunters. Let's go and have a look. Hello, chappy. A bit of a delayed question, but doesn't mean anything lore-wise. That are nightmares stacked on top of each other. Whew. Oh yeah, this thing. Yeah, it is weird, isn't it? Held by a messenger. He's alive as well. Lol. Okay. We could go down and kill all those things, which we didn't do the first time. Maybe date of creation. Yeah, one of the other interesting things actually about the Nightmare Frontier is that time goes in reverse. Not the Nightmare Frontier, the Hunter's Nightmare. So right at the very end of it, you get the Orphan of Cause, the killing of whom kind of created the Hunter's Nightmare. And by extension you could probably say the Hunter's Dream, although obviously that's more associated with the Moon Presence. Incidentally, I also think the Orphan resembles messengers. I think there is a good argument that messengers are kind of the spirits of dead children or something. Oh, you're a cheeky chappy. You're a cheeky chappy. Where do you need help, mate? I will try, but I don't want to ring the bell for too long because sometimes it doesn't work. So tell me where you are and I will come and help you. What boss is it? Remember? What are you saying, Woodfella? La la la. Yeah, date of creation. Not a bad guess. It reminds me slightly of that Epiphany is it the choir or is it Willem has? Where I think it's the choir. Where it's like the very cosmos might be just above our heads. Chappie, where are you? I mean, we could just fight Gehrman. Powder keg treason and plot. They're called heretics, the powder kegs, aren't they? It's kind of interesting. I'm at the bit after the sacrifice wood area. Okay, we need to kill the suspicious beggar in Forbidden Woods. Is there a lecture building where you are, Chappie? Too much level gap, Chappie. Oh fuck yeah. If you're at that level, mate, you're gonna be... It's not gonna let me help you because I'm level 96. And that's right at the start of the game. Where you are. Well, not right at the start, but... We're gonna go to the Forbidden Woods anyway because we want to kill the abhorrent beast. Some hunters place an emphasis on form, as seen by the use of the threaded cane. For them, formality, beauty, and justice are the very essence of our humanity, and precisely what keeps hunters from becoming something else. Oh, does it? Alright. Well, presuming this is the right area. Chappie, I hope you're watching. I've put Chappie as the password, all lowercase, like that. I'm going to ring my beckoning bell, because I guess this is where you are. Chappie, is this where you are? Kind of forgot about him. We just about survived that. Oh, he's chasing us up. Oh, come on. So you're at Bergenworth. Are you fighting a boss called Rom? So what's going to be good against this guy? It's going to be fire paper, isn't it? Chappie, I'm just going to kill this guy or die to him. Then I'll come and help you. Where is he? Has he gone down there? An EMP went live. Haha. Yeah, see you later, folks. Enjoy. Okay, so I don't remember killing him. Alright, Chappie, I'm going to come down to Bergenworth and help you. We'll just have a little search for some PvP on the way. I remember you fighting the beggar before. Yes, Space's Noise, I remember fighting him. But I thought he kicked my ass. He disappears after the blood moon. Good to know. Couple of pigs. Oh, it brings back memories, doesn't it? Brings back memories. So if the suspicious beggar is done, we could just go and fight Garmin. Let's try and help Chappie first. La la la. Okay, Chappie, I'm gonna try now, so you'd better ring that beckoning bell. CHAPPI. No capital letters. Can't use it yet. Gardens of Eyes. That's what those enemies are called. Pretty gross. Although it does suggest what their function was. They were just being used to grow eyes that could be harvested to be used in Bergenworth's various naughty experiments. There's also pretty obviously some correlation with what's happening with Rom and what's happening with them. There's also a kind of weird link to Mensis or the amygdalas, in that, you know, that's where the spiders are. There seem to be certain types of beasts associated with certain nightmares, and spiders are one of those. Oh yeah, you can backstab this guy from round here. Lovely. Chappie, you're giving me the silent treatment here. You know, I'm trying to help you, so I'd appreciate you letting me know if you're actually here ringing the bell. Oops. He's gone. He's not in the viewers list. Well, that's not very nice, is it? I mean, come on, mate. I tried to help you. I mean, it is a bit annoying, I'm not gonna lie, when people come into your stream and just straight away ask you for help. Like, I don't mind helping people at all, don't get the wrong impression. Particularly kind souls like Per, you know, I love helping out people I know. It's just a bit rude, isn't it, to come into somebody's stream and go, can you help me, and then fuck off. I was actually gonna help him. Okay. I think in that case, shall we go for Garmin? Oh, we haven't killed Willem, have we? Let's just have a look while we're here. Chalices, eh? Yeah, let's do a chalice. Although, I don't actually know because I think we're probably a bit high level for them now. The early ones at least. There's good old Willem. Your time has come, old man. Crappy of Chappie, indeed. Notice that he bleeds serum. You know, the same blood that kin bleed. So we got the eye rune from Willem. The eye rune? Where are we? As you can see, it's kind of the ultimate form. Transcription of eye is spoken by left behind great ones. Allows one to make additional discoveries. So obviously, left behind great ones. Ebrietas would count as a left behind great one. And this is Willem's great insight, of course. Willem's great insight. Oh, there's the chalices. It's like it's trying to tell us something. Willem's great insight, of course, is we're thinking on the base of planes, what we need are more eyes. Eyes symbolise truth Master Willem sought in his research. Disillusioned by the limits of human intellect, Master Willem looked to beings from higher planes for guidance. Guidance is the name of Ludwig's rune, of course, and sought to line his brain with eyes in order to elevate his thoughts. Willem, I think, is a pretty interesting character. What's this moronic thing to say, isn't it, about one of the key characters in Bloodborne? He's pretty interesting. OMG, Chappie. OMG. Alright. That place. What, you had to go away and turn on your PS4, I presume? Alright. We're gonna help Chappie. Okay, Chappie, so go into network for me. We're gonna have to password match. And for the third time, password is your name, all lowercase, just Chappie, without the numbers, all lowercase. And then ring your beckoning bell. Rom is gonna be weak against Bolt. Oh, I could Tiny Tonitrus him and his spiders, couldn't I? That might be nice. Where is, folks, where do I get the Augur of Ebrietas? Can't remember. La la la. Lecture hall. Oh, so we definitely haven't explored the lecture hall then, and in enough depth. Chest and lecture hall. Okay. They're gonna make a rune after you, Chappie. It's lovely having this little quicksilver replenishing rune, because it just makes parries free basically if you can hit them. Searching, searching. Chappie, are you here? Have you got the password on? Has he disappeared again? Oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry, I was responding to pyrites there. Alright, fuck this guy. Oh. Don't check the VOD to see what was talked about while you were gone, Chappie. Right, he's definitely gone from the viewers list. Yeah? Yeah, Bertie, maybe you're right. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, Bertie's trolling us with another account. Oh well. Let's go to the chalices. Short. Oops. So, first ritual altar. We need ritual blood 1, 2. Why don't I have that? I should have it. Bertie. Yeah, the netcode wasn't working. There he is. Chappie, cursed be thy name. Okay, there we go. So, Thimaru Chalice. So let's go to Thimaru. I think the Chalice dungeons are pretty great. My next character will be called Chappie. Well, you know. I'm not going to get any PvP in here, am I? Playing Devil's Advocate. We don't want Devil's Advocates on the internet, Blutz. So, welcome to Thimaru. Or what is left of it. Oh. No, I was going to talk about D.H. Lawrence again there, but never mind. So the Chalice dungeons, I think they're a little bit misunderstood. They are not randomized, although later you can access randomized Chalice dungeons. These ones are created. Why can't I use the Sinister Bell? So these ones are designed, you know, by the developers of Bloodborne. They're not random. Whoops. Bloody hell. Right. If I'm watching a stream, I'll turn it off. I'm going to play fighting games online. Yeah, it does kind of make sense. Ah, so I can use that, but not... I mean, I don't really want to be beckoned, so I'm going to turn that off. Lol. Bit of a Sen's Fortress vibe here. Well, you know, yeah, of course, after a while they do feel samey. Oh, is it because of the witch? Is that the problem with the bells? Oops. So they seem to be the kind of Thumaru Guardians, these fat things. They're probably designed by a computer. The name of the nameless king is Sen. Ha! I hadn't heard that theory before. That's alright. Yeah, that's not a bad one. Yeah, I think Sen's has a big impact because, you know, it's so traditionally a kind of, you know, evil fantasy dungeon, and the rest of Dark Souls isn't really like that. And I also think one of the things that Sen's doesn't get enough credit for is, like, the sense of humour. I think it's quite a funny setup. Okay. So this boss should probably be a walkover. Famous last words? Gotta get that thing in his leg. Down, boy. I'm a hunter. Yeah, so what I was saying about being a bit high level for the chalices. It's true. I do think the chalices have a little bit of, they've got a little bit of that Sen's vibe to them. I actually enjoy them a lot because, you know, I think the originality and the amazing environment design is in the game. But... Whoa! Okay. Today, boys. So yeah, I think this is actually quite beautiful. Admittedly, you will see things like this many times in the Chalice dungeons. I mean, they do repeat themselves, but yeah, I just see them as being about the combat. How did he get up there? Oh. That means there's a witch somewhere through here. Notice she is literally summoning enemies out of blood, as happens in Yahar'gul. And rather fortunately. Oh, fucked it. Wow. So this guy's got an interesting move set. Let's just look at him for a minute. Hopefully not die. Okay, enough playtime. He's crazy, isn't he? I mean, you can imagine, obviously I'm high enough level that I could toy around with him. Oh, Blitz, that's looks like an interesting conversation on Sens. I missed that. I agree. It does seem very like Seath, and obviously the serpents are there and they serve Seath as well. One of the most terrifying enemies. I like the idea of the Nameless King being connected to the Church above Andre. You've got the Covenant statue and the Drake shows up to per the Serpent Man link from Sen to Archdragon Peak. Oh, was this wise? I don't know. Those blue lights indicate the boss door. Something's chasing me. That was a bit pathetic. Protect it. Okay. 3 of them. Yeah, this boss took me so long the first time. Beware, fatty. Okay. So now we've got a root chalice, which is what we can use to make randomized dungeons. But, you know, like that's the most basic one. It's not going to make a very high level chalice dungeon. So we need to find more. I think this one is just 3 layers, so let's rush through and finish it off. And then we can have a pop at Gehrman. We can have a pop at Gehrman. I'm just going to sprint through it. I don't think there's much point in taking it slowly. We're so much higher level than... Huh! It's an old hunter. Prospector Olek. Let's have a look at him. So, Church Hunter obviously. He's wearing church gear. Is that church gear? He's using the Kirkhammer. He's got his torch. Oh. That's its corpse. I love that. Okay, there's a witch. She's probably up there. How do I get up there? Oh, I'm not really fussed about all the materials. You can buy most of them from the Insight shop. When the game was first released, there was a big problem with that, I know, but... I'm thinking this looks like the way to a lever. What's that enemy? She didn't even see me. 12 quicksilver bullets. Would kill again. Would kill again. Oh, hello. Oops. The speedrun guide? What's that for? Oh, for the chalices. Oh, the pilgrims, of course. I was talking about the pilgrims the other day. How could I have forgotten that? So the pilgrims are non-hostile NPCs that are in the chalice dungeons, and you can kill him. Oh, I should have killed him. He's got a cannon. Has he just been here all this time? Wants to go up. Oh, well done, Blitz. Did you go in and help Wallreaker? Oh no, you're talking about the guide, aren't you? Somebody was talking about helping someone else earlier. Okay, so this should be the last boss of this particular chalice dungeon, I think. Don't know why I did that really. I've got tons of bullets now, but it's just force of habit, isn't it? Oh, is that the watchdog? Oh, I'm going to enjoy this. I hate this guy. The defiled watchdogs of the old lords is one of the hardest bosses in the game, and he's a version of this guy. There we go. Die, you son of a bitch. Yeah, the defiled version of that boss was one of the biggest problems I ever had. Lobos just did this on Blood level 4. What, the defiled version? So this is the end of the, this particular chalice, isn't it? Pretty grand room we find the watchdog in. Yeah, defiled doesn't even matter at Blood level 4. True. So that was a chalice, little chalice dungeon for the kids. Something to do, isn't it? His third Blood level 4 run. He's doing all bosses and chalices. That guy loves Bloodborne. He's got taste. Okay, so is the final boss weak to fire paper, or let's buy some coins. Let's repair our weapon. It will be the pit. I'm a bit disappointed we didn't get any PvP. Oh, I've got to eat the cords. Got to eat the cords. So let's have a quick look. Also known as the Cord of the Eye, every Great One loses its child and then yearns for a surrogate, and Odin, the form of this Great One, is no different. To think it was corrupted blood that began this eldritch liaison. That suggests to me that Odin is in the corrupted blood. That's why Willem fears it. So 3 insight for that. That clutch orphan kill, exactly. That's the memory. Provost Willem sought the cord in order to elevate his being and thoughts to those of Great One by lining his brain with eyes, the only choice he knew if man were ever to match their greatness. There's something interesting about Willem. One of the few other direct quotes we have from him is a note in the lecture hall saying, oh actually, fuck German. Well, maybe not. I was going to go to the lecture hall to get the Augur of Ebriatus, wasn't I? I'm going to do that because I'm doing an arcane build. Not having the Augur just seems foolish. Just seems foolish. So we should be able to kill these students pretty easily. Okay, 3 hits. It's not great, but it could be worse. Or 1 charged R2. Die, die, die. Stanton Forever Tats. Pushes you straight into New Game Plus after you... yeah. After you've beaten the final boss, yeah. I think this is the only place in the game we find this giant. Let's whip him. How do you like that? Okay, so twin bloodstone shards, and is the Augur around here somewhere? We haven't really explored this, have we? So it could be anywhere. I did see the ladder over there, but I'm going to go back to it in a second. There we are. I was talking about that note at the start of the stream. This is Bergenworth, by the way. I'm pretty sure it's Bergenworth. The nameless moon presence beckoned by Lawrence and his associates Pale Blood. That incident is what caused the creation of the Hunter's Dream. 3 third cords. There's your clue. That's your clue that you have to eat 3 umbilical cords to get the special ending. Who left that, eh? Who knows, but... Bergenworth. I've got a lot to answer for. I think Patches is down here. Yeah, so... Does that look like Willem's desk to you? Looks like it to me. You know, got our little messengers on it. His little globe. Ah, so Patches isn't here. Quick supplier. First floor. Miyazaki left it really. No, Adam, it's cool, thanks. The setting for the cutscene after Amelia, field blood note. You think the fourth chord is basically a gameplay consideration? Oh, I think it's fine to have it anyway. I mean, you know, just because you need 3 chords to ascend doesn't mean that, you know, there aren't more than 3 chords in the world. It's just that that seems to be the magic, you know, the magic number. Where is... aha! Oh, communion. Well, pretty important word in Bloodborne. I agree, AJ. He is kind of obliquely in the game. Oh, we've already got communion. So I guess that was the max one. Several runes relate to blood, including communion, which raises the maximum number of blood vials one may carry. This rune represents the healing church and its ministers. Blood ministration is, of course, the pursuit of communion. So, drinking blood is communion. One of the interesting things about Miyazaki's technique, I guess, is, you know, words like church have a powerful resonance in the world, and it makes you think of certain things. And he uses those associations really well, I think, to kind of fuck with people's minds. You know, the first time you hear about the healing church, you know, you think, great, you know, it's a church that heals people, sounds fantastic. You know, and it almost stops you kind of seeing what they are for a long time. I mean, it's just euphemism in a way, but it's not euphemism, it's different. It's, yeah, prior associations, how they're used. Okay, where is... Oops. Where is the Ogre of Abritus? It's just decadence, isn't it? He's obliquely in the game like Kodge. Okay, so we got the communion rune over there. Where the fuck is this Ogre of Abritus then? Somebody said it was on the first floor, so I came back up to the first floor. And now it's looking like it's not on the first floor. I mean, even Bergenworth, calling Bergenworth a kind of institute of learning. In the room next to the first floor lamp. I'm not on the second floor. This is the first floor. That's the ground floor down there. Cheers though, Paranoid. I do appreciate it. It's quite funny, I suppose, that Patches, you know, ends up in Willem's in the room next to the ground floor lamp. So the ground floor lamp is here, which would make this room. Does not open from this side. This is all thanks to encounters. Locked. They do not want audience with Hunter, but that's what they're gonna get. That's what they're gonna get. There's quite an interesting note talking about these students saying they await the return of their old master, which kind of makes me wonder if... oh, hello. Could it be? No, red jelly. It says they await the return of their master. Which makes you think that, you know, key to that door is on the other side of this floor. Thank you. Madman's knowledge, madman's knowledge. First floor and ground floor synonymously in America. Oh, I did not know that. Yeah, in the UK, ground floor is always the ground floor. Oh yeah, of course, it's on the lecturer's body. There we go. No need to kill students, I think. La 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 la. Grant us fries. Okay. Night night, Sev, are you heading off? Oh, frame rate. Catch you later, Seb. Bye bye, bye bye. Okay, so have we actually got anything from here yet? Where is the auger? There we go. Finally. The Augur of Abritus. I am happy. Let us go outside. No, let's not go outside. We're not going to fight Garmin tonight, folks. I'll do him another night on a, you know, so we have one more stream at least. I'm going to go to Mergo's Loft now and try to get a PvP match. I'm only going to try for a couple of minutes because, yeah, it's just not been happening for us tonight. Then I'm going to go. Thank you all for good for backstabs. So it acts like a charged R2, does it, for backstabs? I know that it can parry people because Mikalash has parried me with it before. Night night, AJ. Yeah, folks, I'm just gonna give it a minute or two here. Try for a bit of PvP, and then gonna head. We'll stagger them as fast as they come out. Nice to know. That will be great with the whip actually, because the whip form doesn't have a charged R2. Anyway. Let's have a little look at the description and get this bad boy equipped. Remnant of the Eldritch Truth encountered at Bergenworth. Use phantasms, the invertebrates known to be augurs of the Great Ones, to partially summon abandoned Abritus. The initial encounter marked the start of an inquiry into the cosmos from within the old labyrinth and led to the establishment of the choir. So, abandoned Abritus. The initial encounter marked the start of an inquiry. So it's like the initial encounter, that suggests there were a couple. Maybe the first time they came away with this. and then eventually they were able to persuade her to come to the surface, which I think is why the Celestial Emissary is there. I think the Celestial Emissary can communicate with the Ibriatus, and that's why she's there, basically. So let's have a little look. Awesome. So, stand our little hunter here. As you can see. Wow, it only uses one bullet. Now that is nice. That's seriously nice. Let's go and kill this guy and see what kind of damage it does. Not feeling we're going to get much luck with Sinister Bell. How about that? I mean, he didn't do tremendous amounts of damage there, I have to say. But I think in PvP, it's going to be kind of amazing as a parrying tool. That's just my suspicion. It's a fun way to parry, yeah. That's what I'm looking for. Since you get a knockdown if you don't get the parry. Yeah, good point. Not sure what my... So my arcane is currently 26. That takes 18 to use. The scaling is an S. I think it's going to be alright for us. Tools don't start doing proper damage until 50 arc. Where are you, Wallreaker? I'll come in PvP you. Because it just doesn't seem like there are many people online. Which is sad. Which is sad. Oh, I might have to go actually. 2 hours, 12 minutes. I've got to go to bed. After Amelia New Game Plus. Does that mean Forbidden Woods, Wallreaker? It didn't actually parry backstab at first. That was patched in when they updated some of the tools. Huh. Wallreaker, is it going to let me come into your game if you're in New Game Plus and I'm New Game? And do you mean Forbidden Woods? Forbidden Woods. Alright. I'm actually really curious just to see if this works because it has been dead tonight. I mean, I suppose it's a Tuesday night, you know, so who's playing Bloodborne at midnight kind of thing, but usually there are more people. Usually there are more people. One of those things. Alright, my friend. No worries. Bullets, blood, love it. Hunt until the dawn, indeed. We could chat to Volter, who is still here. Hello, mate.
Ah, how goes your hunt? Do not forget the League's mission, to cooperate with Confederates, find vermin, and stamp them out.
We managed to invade 2 people in the Hunter's Nightmare, but other than that, it's been dead.
Do not forget to cooperate.
Can I not give him vermin? Thought I could. Thought I could. I not got... I'm sure I had his oath on. Yeah, I do. Boosts max HP during co-op 2%. That's a bit rubbish, isn't it? Vile HP recovery up with an Executioner rune. That's quite nice. Corruption. Continuous heal near death +1. I suppose that fits in with the idea of them chasing immortality. I never really noticed that they had a scarecrow there. I presume that's because of the crows. Keep them on this side of the bridge, lads. I'm going to try and roll through this trap. Well, as you can see, that went fantastically well. I never come down this way because you want to go along the top and kind of... Oh! I got oiled. Gonna run back over here because presumably Wallreaker's ringing his bell near the bonfire. It does bode well for Wallreaker, doesn't it? Alright mate, I'm on the bridge, ringing my bell. I'm gonna go in a couple of minutes, but a fight would be lovely. You're ringing, so am I. Have you got a woman in your world with the bell? Because I don't. Can you invade in the hunter's dream? I guess not. No, because there's no bell ringing women there, is there? No bell ringing women. Come on, Miyazaki, I'm trying everything. That's awesome. That's really quite surprising range as well. If you're an opposing covenant and you summon for German, you can PvP. Well, that's good to know. Oh, I can't wait to use this on some hunter. Hopefully Wallreaker. As Paranoid says, you can summon with covenants. Huh. Well, maybe something is just fucked with Bloodborne. Apparently it is Wallreaker. Apparently it is. But... yeah, I wonder if there's just something fucked up with my network tonight or something. You know, it's not the most active game out there, but generally I get decent amounts of action. Yeah, well, we're similar levels as well, Wallreaker, so it should be working for us. Still searching. I'm going to give it another minute, at least. Just going to prepare my tools in secret. He will never know what hit him. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Are you making contact at the lamp? Somebody was. Alright, folks. Doesn't look like we're gonna have any luck having that last fight after all. I'm sorry. Ha! So that was you we saw at the lamp. And we're doing it in pretty much the same spot, but it's not letting us in. Yeah, we saw your ghost. We saw your ghost, Wallreaker. But sadly, it's not going to let us see you in the flesh. Oh, there we are. Make contact is turned over. It's a bit like that story of two people trying to meet up in No Man's Sky. Yeah, they just couldn't see each other, could they? The second time he seems to turn it back quite quickly. His arm's position, I mean. Alright folks, well, Wallreaker, I'm sorry it didn't work. Another time maybe. I appreciate you coming on and trying to have a go, but I just don't think it's going to work. And I've been on for quite a while now, so I'm going to head off. Yeah, sorry mate. I mean, it's still searching now, but, you know, we could be here in another 10 minutes. It is sad. Adios, everybody. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. Bye to you all. Bye, Ken. Bye, Paranoid. Bye, Wallreaker. Bye, Pear. Oh, there we are. There we are. Yes. Yep. Night-night, Spaces Noise. Night-night, Bertie. I shall see you all... Whoops. I shall see you all next time when we will take on Gehrman. Night-night, folks. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.